I hear you have some problems with wolves.
You can say that again. Those fucking mangy beasts are eating my sheep. They take them like they were for sale at the market.
Did you notice an ordinary mutt amongst those wolves?
You know, there might have been. I didn't get a close look at them, but one seemed to be smaller and was a strange colour.
That could have been Mutt.
If I understand you, you're looking for your dog and think he might be with those wolves, right?
That's right. I'll have to find that pack to see if it's him.
I'll say, since you're already going after that pack, would you mind doing a good deed? If you kill those furry fuckers, there'll be a reward in it for you.
Why not? I can kill two birds with the one stone.
That's great. It'll be well worth your while.
I hope so. Where can I find that wolf pack?
I was grazing my sheep up on the slope last time, by the forked birch, and those monsters learned to go there. I don't take my sheep there anymore, but those fuckers still go sniffing around over there.
So we'll bring your flock up there again and wait and see if they come.
Are you fucking mad? I don't want to lose any more sheep. I think you just need some bait.
Not even one single sheep. I promise I'll look after it.
Well, I could lend you Ignatius. He's the stupidest ram I've ever seen. Or the brightest. Depends on how you look at it.
What do you mean? Can he do somersaults? Does he know how to count?
That'll be all I need. The only thing that little devil knows how to do is piss me off. When I want him to move, he sits still. When I want him to sit still, he fucks off to where I can't find him.
I know people like that.
Right. But you can tell a person to fuck off. But when it's a sheep, you're wasting your breath. And on top of that, you have to take good care of him.
So I'll take Ignatius and use him as bait?
Right. But he's so stupid he's smart. I'm certain he'll come back to me.
All right. I'll take Ignatius and go and have a look around that forked birch. Will he come with me, or will I have to lead him up somehow?
That bugger will follow you himself. Just wave a carrot in front of his face. He's mad for carrots. I can't even count the times he's rammed his way into my house to get some. I happen to have one here. If you take it with you, he'll follow you around like a loyal dog. When you get to the pasture, just throw the carrot and then go and hide. Ignatius will stay there.
Where can I hide there?
There's a thicket across the road. But don't worry, if the wolves go after the sheep, they won't notice you. But you'll hear them from far away as they get closer. I don't know anything more horrifying than the sound of their damned howling.
Farewell, my friend.
How are you, Ignatius? Sorry. I thought now that we're partners, you'd be a bit more talkative. Do you want to go back home? You must be afraid. My, you aren't afraid of anything. I respect that. Why do they call you Ignatius? All right, keep it to yourself. birch. I think I've found the spot. Well, Ignatius, I'll put your snack right here. Now, come and eat it up. Once you see a wolf, just out loud, and then run away. All right? I'll be hiding in the bushes, and we'll jump out to save you in time. They're coming. I'm back because of those wolves of yours.
Ah, I'm glad to see you alive and healthy. How did it go?
Well, there were too many of them, so I ran away.
Sacra. You didn't do much, did you? Jesus Christ. I gave you my Ignatius. That poor little creature. In the belly of a wolf. God damn it. Now I'm gonna have to go and beg that old drunk gamekeeper.
I didn't find my dog among them.
Did you try to ask our gamekeeper? He might be a drunk, but he'd probably notice a stray dog in the woods. He doesn't live far away. Down the hill here along the road. Right on the rock above the pond.
My respects.
gold, while their falsehoods and indulgences condemn all Christendom to eternal torture.
Courage!
Can that be right?
Jesus Christ be praised.
Salvation cannot be for sale. But what do they
What would you like?
pay? And you shall be forgiven. Have you stolen?
What's new around here?
Vostotek. Lord von Beregov's huntsman is a regular here. He might have some work for you. He's got a cottage near Vidlak Pond. So if you know your way around the woods, you could go and offer him your help. I hope he hasn't started drinking somewhere else. He's my best customer. You could also stop by and see Old Mouth. He's the local storyteller. He could tell you all sorts of interesting things, but only if you bring him some liquor. Don't forget, I have some here to sell, if you want. I'm working on a little practical joke myself. We have this little dispute with the Gelievites. You might be interested. And that's all I'd say.
Sounds interesting. Thank you, innkeeper.
Why the hell do they pour the beer on the table?
You're having problems with the Gelievites?
Not just me, my friend. They're the biggest bastards around. They've been nothing but trouble for years. The winter before last, they piled snow in front of everyone's doors at night, so no one could get out of their house. And last year, they broke into my cellar and pissed in my beer barrel.
Gracious. I hope you got your aim back on them.
Not yet, no. But since you're here, I've got a plan you could help me out with. I'd pay you well. You can count on that.
Already getting dark.
What exactly would you like me to do?
Don't worry. I won't make you do any shoveling or pissing anything. But I'll tell you exactly what I have in mind, only after you promise to help me. I'd hate to reveal my plan only for you to go off and tell the Gelievites right away.
Well, if you've got it all figured out, why don't you do it yourself?
Right. And who's going to run the inn in the meantime, eh? Besides, everyone in Geliov knows us. If someone from here shows up there, they'll get suspicious.
All right. I'll help you.
Listen up then. Old Olbram, the owner of the biggest plot of land in Geliov, has this beautiful bull. White as snow he is, the finest animal far and wide. Obviously, he's very proud of it. Very protective too. Now you, will give his beautiful snow-white bull a nice new coat of paint. Olbram is going to lose his mind. Simple, right?
Painting a bull, eh? That sounds like fun.
Right. We just have to work out a few details. First, we have to get some paint. I don't reckon we'll be able to get any here in the village, but you can try and ask Bartoszek, the tailor in Trotskovitz. I hear he dyes his own fabric. And after that, we'll have to make sure the bull stays still while you're painting it. Try asking Radovan, the local blacksmith. I hear he can make some kind of sleeping potion. If you pour it in the bull's water trough, I'm sure it'll do the trick. But watch out. That beast is enormous. You'd better put at least 3 doses of the potion in there.
Well, I have to say, I expected this to be easier. You could have at least given me the paint.
Aw, ain't you a little princess? No guts, no glory. And remember, it's supposed to be a joke. If you get caught, or something goes wrong, the whole thing will be ruined.
Right. So I need paint, sleeping potions, and to not get caught. Why do you and the Zhelyov lot hate each other so much, anyway?
It's their fault. They keep playing tricks on us. Olbram's the worst of them all. The nasty old codger. He's always coming up with ways to mess with us. He's the one that stole our pasture.
What pasture did they steal from you?
The one that stretches from the orchard behind the Takoff down to the gamekeeper's lodge. It's been ours since time immemorial, but the Zhelyevites took it from us.
And how did they take it from you? You can't exactly stuff a pasture in your purse and walk away with it.
Save the jokes, will you? This is fucking serious. There's a tree down by the gamekeeper's lodge that marks the edge of our land. My father, God rest his soul, was there when they agreed on it. He got a proper ass kicking so he'd remember it. And remember it he did. But then fucking Olbram came along, claiming it was the other way around. And that pasture belonged to Zhelyov.
Well, can't you all just reach some kind of agreement?
Do you think we haven't tried? But there's no talking to the Zhelyevites. Year after year we meet in that pasture. I tell it like it was, but Olbram always starts spewing his lies. Then we end up arguing until the sun sets. And when the Zhelyevites are at wit's end, they come at us, and nothing ever gets solved. We managed to convince them to at least give us back half the pasture. But I know the whole bloody thing belongs to us. We can't just leave things like this.
Can I spend the night here?
Not a chance. Go back to where you came from, you wastrel.
Don't shove!
Innkeeper, a beer! God grant you health.
I need something that'll put animals to sleep. Project said you might know something.
Well, it's true. I used a concoction that will put even a startled mare to sleep in no time. I once accidentally drank some and slept for 3 days. But the recipe is an old blacksmith's secret. The kind you don't just give away.
Wouldn't you tell a fellow blacksmith? My dad was a swordsmith, and I used to help him a lot.
But you didn't pay much attention, did you now? Otherwise, you'd know the recipe by now, and you wouldn't be asking me.
Well, I don't want it just for the sake of it. I need to use it against the Zhelyov lot.
So, Project and Olbram are at it again. Blockheads, both of them. And the place was just getting really nice and quiet lately. Well, what the hell. Maybe if I help you out, they'll start trading punches sooner and get it all over with. Pay up, and I'll tell you the secret.
Thank you.
So, did you want to make a deal or not?
All right. Well, I'll manage without your help. I'm here then. You said in the alehouse that you could do with a helping hand at the forge, didn't you?
I could. My last 2 hands, well, they're not worth mentioning. And what with the wedding coming up, the work is piling up. Ah, what's your name? Henry?
That's right.
You should know, Henry. The blacksmithing isn't for everyone. Have you done it before?
Yeah. I basically grew up in the forge. My father was a swordsmith, and not just any. He even forged swords for the nobility.
For the nobility, eh? Well, that kind of experience will come in very handy for me indeed. As it happens, I have to forge a wedding present for young Lord Semine. A fine sword.
So you'll take me on?
Hold your horses. I'll have to try you out first. You could forge me a hunting sword as a test, so I can see if you can make a straight blade. That shouldn't give you much trouble if your father was a swordsmith, should it?
Sure thing. I can get started right away.
Great. Find some iron and get started then.
Iron?
You can't make a sword out of butter, but if you don't have your own stuff, you can get everything from the chest in my forge. Go over to the anvil and let's get started. Then?
What are you messing around with that door for, eh?
Have you taken what you need from the chest yet?
Shoo! Get out of my sight! Get out of here, go!
Are you gonna get started then?
Don't cause any trouble. Got it?
Furnace is cold now. Give it a practice try. Some things, like swords, are too long to fit in the fire. So you have to heat it up bit by bit. Try poking it around for a bit. Now get the furnace nice and hot. There's a lever above you. Give it a pull. It works the bellows. Tell the temperature by the colour, but you won't be able to tell when it's in the fire. You have to take it out from time to time and take a look. Try it out. See? It's the colour of straw, which is what you want, and you heated the whole thing up. Nicely done. Now you can go straight to the anvil. Try moving the sword along the anvil so you can get the hang of it. Now take the hammer and try hitting it a few times. See the sparks? That's the sign of a good strike. The more sparks, the better. Also, you can hammer with different degrees of power. A stronger hit will do more, but it'll tire you out faster. Try giving it a few blows, as hard as you can, so I can see how strong you are. That's got a nice ring to it. Of course, if it was all about hitting an anvil with a hammer, any dolt could do it. You've got to hammer the workpiece evenly. One hit next to the other. Very nice. You're doing just fine. But when I say evenly, I mean it. A sword has two sides, like a lot of other things, including myself. Turn it over and continue on the other side. Nice. Now try forging it on both sides. The closer it is to being finished, the more it will take on the shape you want. It'll cool off soon anyway. Henry, when you've got a workpiece heated, it's cooled now. You can't do it all in one go. You've got to put it back in the furnace from time to time. Sometimes you've got to go there and back all day. But it's all part of the craft. Now, get back to the forge and heat it all up again, like before. The whole thing is heated up now, so come over to the anvil. Hear that? Besides the sparks, you can tell a good strike by the sound it makes. See how it's taking on the right shape? That's how you can tell it's almost finished. Now, I've got a piece of advice for you. Hammer to a rhythm. When I hammer a piece to a beat, the work goes by easier. Sometimes I'll whistle to myself to keep the rhythm going. There you go. You've got it finished. All that's left is to temper it, and the sword will be done. The rest is just tweaking. Right. Let's have a look. Very nice work. Your father taught you the trade well.
He'd certainly be happy to hear that.
If you carry on hammering as well as you did today, you've definitely got a job here. Even so, keep in mind, it's all about making sure every strike does its job. That's why you can't let it get cold, or keep striking the same spot. If you work evenly, each strike falling right next to the last one, you can't go wrong. Got that? Or is there something else you want to ask about?
What good does it do me to whistle while I work?
It makes you work to a rhythm. You won't get tired so quickly, and the iron feels it.
How do I know a good strike from a bad one?
By the sparks that fly up, and by the ring. It rings out with a different sound when you do it right.
Why should I forge evenly?
If you keep hammering the same spot, you'll never finish it. You'll just fuck it up. But jumping from one end to the other ain't a good idea neither. You'd end up working unevenly. The best thing to do is aim each strike next to the one before.
How will I know it's finished?
Notice the shape. The closer you are to finishing, the more precise the shape it will have.
What's the right way to heat up the workpiece?
Do it till it turns the color of straw. Ideally, the color should be the same everywhere if your forging's going to be even. The main thing is, don't work it cold. You just ruin it. But don't overheat it either. As soon as sparks start to fly off it in the furnace, take it out.
Thanks. That's all I need to know.
You can sleep in the chamber by the woodshed. And there's a chest where you can keep your things. And of course, you can use the forge anytime you want. Any questions?
Where can I get materials?
You can buy some essentials from me. But if you want to make a fancy sword with lots of ornamentation, you'll have to look elsewhere. This is just a village, you know. The locals ain't after luxury. And they can't afford it neither.
What can I do with the items I've forged?
Well, you can sell them. Though you probably won't have much luck around here. But I'll happily buy some of the nicer things from you.
Where exactly is my bed?
At the side of the house. There are 2 doors and a wheelbarrow between them. You go in by the rear door, next to the woodshed. And you can put your things in the chest there. Don't worry, nobody'll steal them.
What now?
What do you think? You're not going to be idle. I'll find you some work to do right away. You're pretty good at swords, but what the locals really need is axes and horseshoes. Right, here are some simple drawings that show what they're both supposed to look like. And some iron. You can get down to it right away.
Just like that? You aren't going to help me?
Sacre, lad. I chose you because you already know a thing or two. I'm not going to look over your shoulder all bloody day. You take care of these smaller jobs. Forge away as long as you're able, and then sell it all. Once you've made some coin and feel like being out in the open again, I'll give you some more interesting work.
can't keep hitting the same place. I won't get too far without fire. Well, I'm about half done. I should heat it up again. I'm always hitting the same place. That's no good.
Greetings.
How are your knees? Feeling better?
Oh, yes. That ointment of yours is a gift from heaven. Now they only ache when there's a storm coming.
That's handy, isn't it? At least you know when to round up the cattle and gather in the hay.
Aye. When I'm old and infirm, folks will come to me for the weather forecast.
I heard about this fella who always got heartburn just before it snowed. You could team up.
Fine.
All we need is a bloke who
Now to
can't
temper
get
it.
up when it's going to be sunny, and we'll be the three wise men.
3 cripples, more like.
Closing time. Come again. Tomorrow, perhaps.
All done. All done. I should do it more evenly.
What a night.
I have to pay attention. I've almost loused it up. Damn it. I have to be careful not to ruin it. Oh, finally. Herrgott, that's not good. Herrgott, that's not good. This'll take a bit longer. This'll be done in no time. That should do it. Sharp as a razor. All done. This is going to take a while yet. almost finished. Well, I've got half finished. And that's it.
You shouldn't be walking around by yourself. Awful things happen here.
I need something repaired.
Fucking piece of shit.
Let's talk about the price.
Sure, why not? Aye, you'll convince me with that price. Great. Come back anytime, friend.
Be careful. It isn't safe around.
People call you the mouth, right? They say you tell all sorts of stories.
I'm no mouth to you. My name is Denyek. Got that? What do people call you then? Bughead? Arseface?
I'm sorry, Stenyak. I'm Henry.
Pleased to meet you. But you were right about the stories. I could tell you stories so sad they'd make the devil cry. Or would you prefer something so scary it'll make the hairs on your ass turn white? But it's a lot of hard work for me. Now, if you had something to drink or a couple of groschen, that might help loosen my tongue.
To your health, my friend.
What's the hold up? Thank you very much. I knew you wouldn't leave me high and dry. So what kind of story would you like to hear?
I like stories that can teach me something. Stories with a moral.
Haven't you heard enough of those in church? But it's not a problem. I have just the tale for you. And it's not one you'll hear from any priest. So, once upon a time, there lived in these very lands 2 brothers. The older was called Kuba, the younger, Matthias. They were both woodcutters, like their father and his father before him. One day, at the height of summer, they were working in the woods. The air was as hot as a furnace, so Matthias went to a nearby pond to cool himself. But as he was leaning over the cold water, there was a loud splash. His axe had got loose from his belt. In haste, he began to search the muddy bed of the pond, and his hands soon touched something hard and heavy. He pulled it out and could not believe his eyes. He pulled out an axe. Yes, but not his old one. It was an axe made of pure silver.
Good God. I'd grab that without a second thought.
Maybe you would, but Matthias would never. He was an honest man, and with a big swing he threw the silver axe back. He searched the pond again, and this time he pulled out his own axe. Nothing but dull iron and old wood.
I reckon that was the right choice. Who knows who the silver axe belonged to?
Well, quite. Listen on. Matthias was just about to leave when suddenly a water goblin came out of the pond, silver axe in his hands, and he said, "You're a righteous man, Matthias, and for your honesty, you may keep both axes. Matthias, not hanging around for the goblin to change his mind, took up both axes, gave us thanks, and ran to tell Kuba all about it. Kuba, however, was not best pleased with his little brother's fortune. He deeply envied Matthias for his newfound wealth, so he set out to try the same thing. He ran as fast as his legs could carry him straight to the pond, threw his own axe in, and began a pretend search for it. Yet Kuba had no luck. He pulled out the axe he'd thrown in himself, so he tried again. Tricked by sunlight, he grabbed something shiny, only to pull out his old iron axe again. Enraged, he hurled his axe back into the water and yelled, "Fuck this axe! I want a silver one!" But the water goblin heard his shameful cry and was greatly upset by Kuba's greed. So, when Kuba reached down into the water for a third time, the water goblin seized his hand, pulled him down a hole to the dark depths, and drowned him.
What a load of shit.
Well, all was as it should have been. It was Kuba's fault.
I don't think so. It seems Matthias didn't either. He went to the water goblin and begged for his brother's body so he could take him home and bury him. But the path back from the pond led over a steep hill, and carrying the weight of the waterlogged body exhausted Matthias. He stopped to rest by an old oak tree, and he used a silver axe to cut off a branch that would serve as a walking stick. But it wasn't enough. Somehow, it was still getting harder to continue up the hill. Then Matthias realized it wasn't his brother's body that was weighing him down. It was the silver axe. The axe was the cause of all this trouble. So he started bashing the silver axe against a big stone with all his might, trying to destroy it. Yet no matter what, he couldn't even make a dent. With the last of his strength, Matthias climbed to the top of the hill. He knew he could go no further, so he found a pretty spot with a view over the valley and dug his brother a grave. There, he buried both his brother and the silver axe that had brought such pain upon them. His final act was to stick the oak branch in the ground by the grave. But lo and behold, the branch grew green leaves and became a tree. The locals have had no dealings with the water goblin since then, but some have had the bad luck to bump into him. And when you walk by the pier, where it all happened, you can still hear his chuckling.
That was a very nice story.
Story? What story? It's the truth.
But why hasn't anyone gone looking for the axe then?
Because it brings misfortune. Didn't you listen to me at all? Look for yourself if you wish. Rock Tower Pond isn't far from here. The Water Goblin's pier is somewhere among the reeds. But leave me out of it. I'm fine here with my drink. Farewell.
Are you looking for my husband? God bless you.
What happened? You look worried.
My husband Vostatek left to go hunting and hasn't come back. I'm worried that something happened to him. He's von Burgo's lead huntsman, and the forest is full of poachers these days.
Maybe he just got caught up somewhere.
Not a chance. We're invited to young Lord Semin's wedding. He wouldn't dare miss that by wandering around the woods for so long. What would Lord Semin think if we didn't show up? It would be a disgrace. He sometimes loses track of time out in the woods, but I've got a really bad feeling about it this time. One time, Vostatek didn't come home for 4 days after his horse broke its leg in the woods. I had a feeling right away that something bad had happened. And I have that same feeling now. Do you reckon you could help me?
Does that happen often? That he gets lost in the woods?
He disappears for a while from time to time when he gets orders from Lord von Burgo. And besides that, well...
What is it? You can tell me.
He drinks a bit sometimes. Then everything takes him longer. His job isn't easy, so I understand when he does. And And I don't get upset with him.
I understand. But maybe you're right, and it really is something else this time.
Exactly.
Do you know where he might be? Where is his hunting ground?
In all the forests here around Vidlak Pond. He didn't tell me exactly where he was going, but maybe Vitek knows.
Vitek?
Our son.
So your husband got lost when he was out hunting, and you want me to go and find him?
I'd go myself, but Vostatek doesn't want me going to the woods on my own. He says it's dangerous. But you look like a fearless lad, and I'll be sure to reward you for your efforts.
Why did Vostatek forbid you from going to the forest? Is it really that dangerous?
There are wolves, boars, and worse out there.
What could you meet in the forest that's worse than an angry boar?
Well, people, of course. All sorts of cutthroats and thieves hide out in those woods. So watch your back.
I'll keep that in mind. All right. I'll bring Vostatek back to you.
Thank you. I wouldn't send you if I didn't think it was necessary, but I have a really bad feeling about this. Before you leave, please make sure to talk to Vitek. Maybe he'd know where his father was headed.
Why doesn't Vitek go looking for Vostatek then?
I told him, but the lad is young and stubborn. He just doesn't listen to me. And besides, him and Vostatek don't get along very well.
All right. I'll let you know as soon as I find something.
Be careful out there.
See you soon, my friend.
Hail! What would you like?
I'm looking for your father. Did he mention where he was headed?
Ma talked you into it, didn't she? I'd be willing to bet he just got wasted as usual. He's nothing but a drunkard. It's no secret.
Do you even realise what's at stake here? The woods are a dangerous place. Do you really want something to happen to him? Your mother would be a widow, and you'd be an orphan. Who'd take care of you then? As soon as Laura von Berghoff found a new huntsman, he'd have him move into your cottage, and you'd have to leave. Or do you have a sack full of groschen stashed away somewhere? So you could go and buy a new house in Prague?
Kurva, all right, shut up already. I'm not stupid. Father may be a drunken bastard, and living with him is a chore. But Mother still loves him. I'll help you, but only for our sake.
Where did he go? Tell me.
The last thing he said was he found a dead deer near the pond, and he wanted to go and see if there were any wolves about. So I'd go down below the cottage, walk along the shore, and then turn north into the old forest. If he didn't get boozed up and forget, that is. Wouldn't be the first time.
Shouldn't you be looking for your father? You can come with me.
Ha! Forget about it. I'm sure it'll end with you dragging his drunken arse home anyway, and I'd rather avoid that.
What's your problem with him? He's your pa. You shouldn't talk about him like that.
All he does is drink and doesn't care about anyone else. Why would I talk about him in any other way? He's like a big drooling infant. Ma and me are always at his beck and call. So I say we should let him deal with it himself.
Be that as it may, I'm going out to look for him.
No need to rush. At least it would give him time to sleep it off and come home on his own.
Give it here. I just need to find my purse. Hurry it up. Here it is.
Get out of here! Get... Go on!
There's someone up in that tree there. If I don't help him, those wolves will eat him alive.
Hey! You! Help me! Chase those beasts away! I can't hold on much longer!
Get out of here! Get... Go on!
I'm not food!
It's all right now. You can come down.
Thank God! I was starting to think I'd turned into a brand!
Watch out! I'm coming down!
Jesus! Very Joseph! And an arse! My foot! Ah! Sacra! Ah! Ah! Fuck! Come and help me! Fuck! My leg! Come and help me, please! Come and help me, man! Come here! Can't stand up! Come and take a look at it! Is it bad?
You all right?
I fucked up my bloody ankle, damn it! Thank God you were passing by. Otherwise they'd have eaten me for sure! I'm forced to check. Huntsman!
Your wife sent me.
My dear Zlata. Thank God for her! What's your name?
Henry.
And thanks to you as well, Henry. You've got to... Ah! That hurts! You've got to carry me. Christ in heaven. Of course this happens to me.
Is it bad? How do you feel?
How the hell do you think? Like old Black's prick.
What?
I can't get up either. Oh! Ow! Kurva! Ow!
Jesus Christ. I heard you're a bit of a drinker. I see that's true.
Not as much as I'd like to be. At least then it wouldn't hurt so much.
Where do you want me to carry you? We're a long way from the nearest sawbones.
I've got a hideout not far from here.
What are you going to do there? Someone should have a look at that foot.
No. First we have to pick up Pepik at the hideout. Then you'll take us... Fuck! Ow! You'll take us both home.
Who's Pepik?
Pepik is my best friend.
Oh, right. Wait, what?
What's so hard to understand? You've got to get me there. I left Pepik tied up in the camp when the wolves came after me.
You tied up your best friend?
Was I supposed to let him wander off into the woods alone?
Is Pepik a horse? Can I take you home on him afterwards?
What did you think? That he's my personal servant? Of course Pepik's a horse! The best horse! We have to get there quick! Before something happens to him!
Where is that hideout of yours? Is it far?
Not far. But not all that close either.
That's just great.
Look, the best thing will be if I give you directions as we go.
I'll help you then.
Throw me over your shoulder, and I'll tell you where to go. I just need a drink first, or I'll pass out from the pain. Do you want some?
I'd rather not. I might end up dropping you along the way.
You're bloody right. At least there'll be more for me. Oh. It hurts. Christ. It fucking hurts. Oh. Ah, my leg. Oh. Let's go that way.
Which way?
That way. Ow! Damn it! Man! I told you to be careful! You're carrying me like a corpse! If my wife was as quiet as you, I'd be a happy man. Ow! Stop tossing about so much! Damn it! What are you doing? What's taking so long? That's the fallen tree. I can't get my bearings when I'm upside down. I know. Keep going in the same direction until you come across an anthill. Then I'll tell you what to do. I think I puked on your back a bit. Here's the anthill. Look at those fellas go. They're as busy as hell. It's making me thirsty looking at them. You know what? Take me to the ale house instead.
What?
I said fuck it. Let's go for a drink. Yeah! Take me to tacos. They've got the best ale.
Are you kidding me? It's a long way to the tavern, isn't it?
You'll manage. Yeah! Fuck! I forgot! Henry, wait up! We can't go to the tavern. It was a great idea and all, but what about Pepe? He's surely thirsty too. I can't just leave him high and dry. Take me to the north, along the stream. That's the way. Not much further now. Carry on into the forest. There'll be a marker on a tree there.
A marker?
Aye. A cross carved into the tree and a pile of stones next to it. The folks that work in the woods here mark all sorts of interesting places and stashes. Come on, let's move! Pepe! Pepe! Where's her big-eared boy?
What does he look like?
Handsome, tall. You'd recognize him right away, but I can't see him anywhere. Pepe! There it is. That's the tree. You see the mark? My hideout is just a bit further to the north. You can put me down there. What are you putting me down for? What are you putting me down for? We're here. Put me down. Where's Peppy? Shit. Let's see if I can stand up. Henry, come here. We've got to find Peppy.
Where's that horse of yours?
I swear I left him here. Kurwa! Oof. I need a drink. And to catch my breath, here, take my water skin. Fill it up in that barrel over there. I'll just lie down here in the meantime. Water! Water! What about that water, Henry?
Water. Here you go.
Thanks, mate. This will clear my head. I know you've done a lot for me already, but there's something else I need. You've got to find Peppy. Whether he ran off or someone stole him, he's in trouble.
What does Pepique look like?
He's very dark, nearly black. He may not be as muscular as a regular worker, but he's quick.
Who could have taken him? We're in the middle of the woods. There's nobody around.
You're wrong. There's been a band of poachers wreaking havoc around these parts for a while now. I haven't managed to find their camp yet. But it can't be far. I'm sure they're the ones behind it.
What are we going to do about it?
You'll have to track them down, because I'm useless in this state.
All right, I'll find him. I can't carry you all the way home on my back. Where should I start?
I tied him up by that sickly tree over there. All that's left is the cut rope. I'd start over there. There must be some tracks. Once you track him down, hop on him and ride over. He's very nice. I'm sure he'll let you. Just watch out for those thieves. If you were to take care of them as well, I surely wouldn't mind.
I'm more interested in those thieves. Who are they? And where did they come from?
In wartime, fellas like that pop up like mushrooms after the rain. And all they want to do is prey on others. Don't overthink it too much. They're a bunch of fuckers, and nobody will miss them.
Do you have any idea how many there are?
Definitely not many. Judging by the tracks, maybe 4.
That's all I need to know. Will you manage all by yourself?
Who do you think I am? A little girl?
What if some more wolves show up?
Why would you even say that? Get out of here and stop scaring me!
I'm on it. Rest up in the meantime.
Thanks, friend. And another thing. I had a hunting crossbow on the saddle. If you find that as well, keep it for your trouble.